one comedian here in Philadelphia. Number one comedian here in Philadelphia. Number one comedian here in Philadelphia. Number one comedian here in Philadelphia.
PlatinumTouchpresents, the show you all been waiting on. And now, it's time for the Hill-arious Show with comedian Malcolm Hill.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, comedian Malcolm Hill, and this is the Hill-arious Show. Each and every Thursday, 7 o'clock. This is the Hill-arious Show. Each and every Thursday, 7 o'clock, right? We got a great show for y'all tonight. We got one of the funniest in the top 10 in comedy in the game is going to be on here. My man Chris Kennedy, definitely in the top 5, top 10 in the city, man. So y'all going to get to know him. For the people that don't know him, everybody know him because he's in a movie. He's in a couple movies actually with Master P and a whole lot of stuff. Ice Cube, the whole 9 yards. Big man. To have him here, man, it's hard to get him because he's on this side of town right now. My man Chris Kennedy is in the building, man, and this is what we do. First of all, we need y'all to do me a favor and share this link to, some groups. If you don't got time to watch it, just say, yo, I'm supporting my man Malcolm. I'm going to just hit share on the video. Just hit share on the video. That's all it takes. People sharing stuff, sharing people fighting and all kinds of stuff. Share your boy Malcolm Hill's video, man, so I can take this thing to the next level, man. But before I start, got to bring my co-host on. My man N.A. is in the building. N.A., where you at?
What's going on, big brother? How you feel, man? I'm in here with you, man. It's going to be a very exciting show today, brother.
Definitely, man. Got my man on here, man. Chris Kennedy. I've been trying to get this nigga since damn near we first started it, but his schedule be so busy, and then, he stayed out, a lot of times stayed out in L.A., time differences and all kinds of stuff, so he be, So, but he's on this side right now. I don't know where he at, actually. This motherfucker be anywhere. Hey, listen, he might be in Philly today. By first day in the morning, he's in L.A. Next thing you know, he's back in Philly the same day. This nigga, he goes, man. I have to say, that's one thing. Another thing I like about him is he goes hard on this craft, man. He turned it to another gear all of a sudden. He turned this thing to another gear, man. I'm definitely proud of him doing big things. Plus, one thing real quick before I bring him on, we're not gonna bring him on yet, but what I just want to say, what I like about him is he puts, he definitely tries to look out for the newer up and coming cats, and he's definitely giving them a shot and giving them a platform, so that's why I definitely dig what my man is doing. We're gonna bring him on. But besides him right now, how was your week, man? How was your week, man?
Great weekend, man. Great weekend. Yeah, you know what I mean? No negative. It was no negative zone all week.
Usually somebody's about to get
pushed.
Usually something about to happen.
Yeah.
It's a rarity. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, no.
Like the barbecue, nothing.
No, none of that. I ain't even going to no barbecues.
Yeah, you don't need to go to no barbecues.
No barbecues.
Good.
No, the problem is not the barbecues. The problem is the drinking.
So the problem, right? You and the drinking. Those two don't mix. You and the drinking.
Yeah. I just slowed down. I just slowed down on the drinking. And it's not that I do stuff, to make it difficult. What it is that the truth comes out. Some about them drinks, all the truth come out. And, people don't want to hear the truth. They say you're hating all the time when you tell them the truth.
That is
true. What I mean?
So,
you ask me a question. Yeah, if you ask me a question and I'm drunk, you see I'm drinking water now.
Right.
If you ask me a question and I'm drunk, I'm going to answer the question.
Listen, this is a mandatory, after the staff meeting, mandatory water after the staff meeting, because you don't.
Yeah, they always a check.
Yeah, good.
They always a check.
When we first started, you was a little wild. You was, doing what you want to do. You had your little, you was reaching to the side, grabbing your little flat. You had a little flask. And I'm like, hold up, man, we gotta have a meeting, man.
Gotta have a Henny. Well, next week it might be different. You know what I'm saying?
You have a little flash, but you got
no, everything was straight. Did you have any shows this week? How was everything for you? I know you were supposed to go to something on Saturday. Did you wind or Friday? Did you wind up going to that John that Talent had?
Oh yeah, definitely. I went to that show. My cousin Bobby. What up, cousin Bobby? Listen, man. I went to this show at 65th and Woodland, 63rd
Southwest,
up that way, right?
Yeah.
And when I tell you, the dude that was hosting, first of all, he should not. Well, I ain't gonna say. Some people.
It's too late. You got to say it. You don't. You shouldn't be hosting it. It's too late. So who was the person hosting?
It's the guy that was running it, but it's all good. You know, everybody want to do comedy. Everybody want to try. You know, everybody want to get into this thing, man. But first of all, the bar is tight. And he had the show at the front door. Like as soon as you open the door, bam, he's right there. He should have been on the other side of the room. That's first of all. So this nigga, right? Oh here, dude, right? So he's up there talking some crazy stuff. So he is the security guard. It's no security guard there. And this is Southwest Philly, no security guard. He's talking on the mic, and all of a sudden, he turns around and grabs the dude by the shirt, and he's wrestling this nigga, and he throws him out the door. He comes back in, and he grabs the mic. And I said, this is my comedy career is going nowhere. This is crazy. He literally grabbed the nigga by the shirt. They tussling, and he threw the nigga out, came back, and started talking on the mic. But he's standing at the door, right? So the door, while he's talking, dude comes back. So he's talking, and as he's talking, you can see the dude like walking right behind him, right? So I'm hiding behind the fountain, the soda machine. I'm hiding, peeking out. I don't know what the fuck this nigga about to do. I'm hiding behind the soda machine because the dude is at the door telling jokes, and the guy was walking right back in. He turned back around again, and they start tussling again. I said, yo, it was the wildest, literally comedy show I've ever seen in my entire life. It was, Talent definitely
Talent did his thing.
Oh, did he? He definitely he's sitting there like this is a normal thing. He's sitting there laughing. I'm looking around. He's sitting there like, oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Because Talent was drunk. And he told me this is beautiful. Yeah, this is beautiful. And all of a sudden this nigga go up there and he kills this motherfucker like it was nothing. I'm like, well, damn, nigga, Talent is definitely a bad man. So I went to that show this week. It was crazy. Speaking of shows, I'm hosting the show with Yo-Yo and
Special Ed now.
With Special Ed. July 3rd, Lou and Choose. Make sure you get your tickets. July 3rd, Lou and Choose, Special Ed, Yo-Yo. Everybody's on this show, man.
Is that the one that Black Sheep is on too?
Black Sheep, right?
Yeah, okay.
And Black Sheep. Now, who you think gonna headline that? Yo-Yo, Special Ed, and Black Sheep. Who gonna headline that?
Probably Yo-Yo.
Over Black Sheep when they
they only had the one person in the picture, so I don't know. Is it just Black?
It might be sheep. I don't know.
Or just a sheep. I don't know. I don't know. But
a lot of these groups don't.
They don't get along sometimes, man.
A lot of these older groups don't have the second guy because the second guy might have passed away or whatever. You know what I mean? Them older groups, man. They might say 5 guys on the flyer, but it might be 2 of them still alive, man.
So I see it say Black Sheep, but it's just the sheep. I ain't see Black.
You're wrong. You're wrong. Hey.
No, but that's gonna be a good joint, man. Special Ed and Yo-Yo and Black. That's a good joint, man.
Black Sheep, no, everybody's gonna be there. Yo-Yo is gonna be there. It's definitely gonna be a good situation, man. July 3rd, Lou and Choose, man. Go to Eventbrite. Lou and Choose, July 3rd. Comedian Malcolm Hill, Special Ed, Yo-Yo, and Black Sheep. Both of them. All right? Don't listen to this. Both of them gonna be there. What you talking about, man? Come on, man. You're messing up the ticket sales. Now listen. Run that video. We got that video with that lady we got her at the funeral.
Hey, Ryan G, run that video with the lady.
Then we gonna bring
my nigga. Can we get some music? That's not disrespectful. The family don't want it. Her daughter just said it was okay. Oh, motherfucker, that's fake shit.
She tried to twerk. She tried to twerk on the man at his funeral. but she had the nerve to say, "Can we get some music?" Like they was about to play. But to be honest with you, I wanted to see them play some music. I wanted to see what the fuck she was going to do. Was she going to be on top of the casket?
But what was she going to twerk? She just had hips. Like
no, she was going to try to twerk on the side of the casket. But she gonna say, "Can we get some music?" Like this was about to be a performance, and then she gonna say,
"Homegoing." It was a homegoing.
Apparently, that nigga must have been tipping her, and she said, "I need to get this money one last time." She didn't know where the fuck she was at. That is crazy. This world is crazy, man. I didn't see it all. Listen, before we bring my man Chris Kennedy on, we got a clip? We gotta bring him on because I ain't gonna keep him holding. But we got his clip? One of his clips?
Yeah. We got. Hey, Ryan G, you can run that clip.
Run my man Chris Kennedy, man. This dude is crazy, man. Definitely one of the crazy.
Yo, Carucci. What's up, Carucci?
Excuse me, do I look like Carucci?
Yeah, you is Carucci. You don't got no security in here. You ain't by yourself.
You
You
better
no
stop playing with
security.
me. Why is he all up in his face? I look like Carucci.
You do like a Carucci.
I don't know. I don't know. Not today.
I understand how they blow
the plug. Excuse me.
It's a blow up, baby.
No, he needs the plug. I don't know. I'm telling you. I think he's fired. I don't know.
Carucci.
Oh, hell no. Get the hell away from me.
I know what you're on. I'm going to get in the food.
No. You don't need to be by no food.
I want to get it food. I thought you were Carucci.
Who told you you could come up in here looking
like
that?
Carucci. I'm going to get it food.
You got one more time to come at me with
I'm not even do nothing to you.
Get the hell away from me. What did I tell you?
Yeah, baby. I like it like that. I like it like that. Your name Carucci, right?
Stop playing Carucci. Away from me.
Yo, listen, man.
I don't know where he came up with that one, man, but that's a funny joint right there, man.
You gotta have some major heart to do what this motherfucker did. That's just one clip, man. This dude, you gotta have some major heart, man, to do what this dude. Listen, with all that said, man, I ain't gonna keep him holding, man. One of the funniest dudes in Philadelphia. I'm definitely proud of him, man. We probably start out together. We start out together. Make some noise for my man Chris Kennedy. Make some noise for Chris Kennedy. What up? What up, big homie?
I can't
Don't tell
hear
me
him.
this nigga's in a car now.
Unmute his mic.
Now we can't even hear it.
Tell him to unmute his mic up top.
I can't hear it. I'm gonna have to log out and come back on.
No.
I'm gonna have to log out.
No, he just got to unmute his mic. Don't log out. His mic is muted because I can see it. I tell Malcolm, don't unmute. Yeah, he got. There you go. You got to unmute your mic. It's a little button right there. Malcolm, you was good. He got to unmute his mic.
He do. Okay. Well, no, I couldn't hear y'all either.
All right, my bad.
It's all good. You all good brother.
Chris Kennedy, what up, big homie?
All right. Can y'all hear me from the car?
Yes, sir.
All right. So this sound better for y'all?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Where did you come up with that, man? That skit was, you got a lot of heart.
I don't think it take. I think when you just do it, man, and you just got so much creativity and you don't even look at it as hard. You just do it. So other people, that's what make it the intriguing thing about it, because I know they ain't gonna do it.
Nah. I can't take it to that level. I'm trying, but I can't take it to that level. You gotta be a certain type of crazy to be able to pull that one off. And you definitely, I've known you for years, and that's definitely right up your alley, man. Listen, people, y'all don't know, I worked with this brother for years. We started out together.
I got 60 of those though, Malcolm.
I know you do. That's it. I just said it. That's the point. That's the point. I see much crazier than that. So that is nothing. Yeah. But you definitely go in. First of all, tell the people, so they'll know who you is, where you from, and and how long you've been doing this thing, because so people that don't know you can know who you is.
I mean, shit. On this platform, they sure already know. They don't already know me. I need to go back. You know what I'm saying?
No, it might be one person that might not know. Where you from?
Respectfully from that one person, I am from North Philadelphia. I
Okay.
just happen to have been residing on the West Coast for most of the last 6 years. But see me in a few things. Repo
Right.
with Mike Blacks and Cat Williams. I got the hook up too with a lot of people. DC Young Fly will be one I would say out there. Actually, John Witherspoon. Um,
Right.
you know,
That's my man.
Nick Cannon, what this? No, don't do that. So I got my young boys. I'm grooming them on my street team. They're young kids. So he like Nick Cannon. Oh well, he's trying to say I was on Wild and Out. That's what he's trying to say.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Okay. That's
My
what's up.
bad.
Now look,
My
so,
young boys
how long you been doing stand up? How long you been doing stand up? Because you're into skits a lot, but how long you been doing stand up?
Shit. How long you been doing, Mark? I can tell you about that.
Same as you, like 20, 21, 22, something like
No,
that.
that'll be too long. I ain't that long.
Like
I
18.
mean, Paul. I am, but Paul's that.
At least 18. At least 18.
You gonna say Paul?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, definitely. Oh, definitely. Since 2000, I would say since 2004. Easy.
Okay, right. Now, what got you into doing stand up? Like, what made you think want to get up there? Because you at the Laugh House and everything. Which got you wanting to do stand up?
It's crazy. I realistically, I was just probably the funniest dude around all the older dudes that took me in like a little brother. You know what I mean, little cousin, little homie. I was always the funniest dude. Never not trying to be funny, but just in that frame because the lifestyle I was into wasn't a whole lot about just being funny. It gets serious from 0 to 60. You're on the street, you don't just got a lot of people just inspiring and say, "Oh, fuck it, I'm gonna do comedy." But I tried it. You know what I mean? I was like, one day I'm gonna go down. The Channel 12 was throwing this show. I was like, I'm gonna go down there one day and do it, and I did it. And
Right.
I was all right. Had a little excitement to it. And then once I had my setback, once I got incarcerated, even though I was into entertainment, I had money invested in it. But when
Right.
I got incarcerated, having your back against the wall, thinking like, damn, just looking at your place in society, what you gonna do? And the comedy, I knew I was gonna do it for real, probably in 1995,
Right.
96. Because I seen how my humor had an effect on people in real situations. If you can make a person laugh who's facing trials and ready to do so much time and shit, entertaining yourself as you go along
Right.
doing that
Right.
process.
Right.
So when I
Now,
knew, and then you use that for your audience. Dudes incarcerated come all shapes, colors, forms, so you get to kind of practice your craft and let that be your audience. So I already knew I was gonna do it.
right.
So as far as with the repo and all the movies and films that you have done, how did you get your first one? How did you get the plug on that?
All right. So what happened was this. What I would say is, to be honest, when I got in the game, let's just look at it from a comedy space. I just was doing something different that I know a lot of people wasn't doing. Not comedians. A lot of the productions wasn't driven by comedians. The shows wasn't produced by comedians. You really had other people backing the play and jumping in. You know what I'm saying? And just letting
Absolutely.
comedians be comedians. I couldn't be that. I had to be something different. So me being something different was bringing comedy to the hood where it came from. Even no matter people try to run and go into all these types of settings and stages and social settings, it really come out the ghetto. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean? You know what I mean? So I wanted to take it back to that. You know what I mean? And when I did that, it was a success, but my biggest gamble was me taking a chance at Michael Blackson. It wasn't even a chance. I was gonna book. I booked Michael Blackson. I probably gave him almost $5,000. $5,000, almost. He
Right.
was coming off a Friday, and I brought Michael Blackson, and just the element of that right there alone is like, whoa, this motherfucker brought Michael Blackson to the hood. Like this is not this dude off of TV. So
Right.
Mike just kept his word. He said, man, because part of me bringing him there wasn't just about me booking him. I wanted to let him know that, look, it's going to be somebody else on this block called comedy. And then this nigga named Chris Kennedy, and I want him to see me.
Right.
And he told me, he said, look, man, you're bigger than comedy with you, man. You something different. Because before that was already putting the skits out on DVD before the social media. So Michael Blackson seen that I had a different element to me. So he said, Cat Williams doing Master P doing a movie surrounded by me, and Cat Williams gonna be in there and a lot of other people, and
Right.
he said, man, if he come through with it, I'm gonna call you. And Michael Blackson just stayed true to his word. I remember like that weekend. It was a weekend. I remember it was a random weekend. I was performing for an individual. I went up to go perform for Will Smith and personally, Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, Bar Schools, that whole pack. Performed for them personally. Did a great show. Red carpet event in New York, and I remember that same weekend, I'm getting that call from Michael Blackson saying, you know, how fast can you get to LA? I'm like, what, nigga, right now? And he looked up. Looked up. I looked up. I was right there. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the rest is history, like they say.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's definitely what's up, man. You know, you did the Repo and you was with Cat Williams, all that, man. So, you know, for me, watching you be able to have that type of break, man, it shows that, you know, stuff can be done. Because, you know, because we started out together and I'm watching you all over. You in LA, you doing your thing, man. Anything. Matter of fact, you and Buck used to. Matter of fact, you and Buck, I used to like you and him on stage was a great thing. That was before you see how them boys, or what's them, 95 South boys.
Yeah.
Well, he been doing him and
85 South.
85
right.
South.
They've been doing that before them, and I was like, yo, that's crazy, you know, because both of them on stage at the same time was hilarious. And now I'm watching these dudes do it, and I'm like, damn, if y'all would have kept doing that shit, nigga, that shit was definitely popping.
Well, it goes to show you how far advanced we was, and I'm just glad to be well respected by those peers who do that particular show and respect my hand as one of the craftsmen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying right there. So you know.
Yeah. So what's your favorite thing? Is it the comedy or is it the acting? Like, what do you prefer to do?
I prefer it all. Everything has its own moment. You know, with the skits, you're able to reach the world more quicker, more vast. You know what I mean? With the stand-up, it's personal. It's like coming to my world. I'm going to my mind. You know what I mean? So I really like both. I really can't, say I don't do a lot of interviews. But
I know you don't. That's why I'm sitting here cracking.
It's actually a few reasons why. Is because, you know, I had a radio show one time. You know what I mean? And that's when it was streaming was popular. I mean, it started beginning to get to that process to stream worldwide and have people see you from different places. So I knew it. I just felt like it was just oversaturated of podcasts and outlets, and that's cool and fine. But I didn't feel like a lot of people was basing they shows, making it being predicated off journalism. Because when you're taking a step to this right here, you're into journalism. So you have to bring people interviews with integrity. You have to bring people insightful interviews, something that's filled with knowledge. They don't want to see the redundant things. And I just ain't want to be a part of that whole space because I feel like some of us start lacking creativity. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. You know what I mean? But we definitely appreciate you for coming. You know, like Malcolm said, we have been trying to get you for a while, and you know, you was a man of your word, and you came on here. Very funny guy, you know. And I had another question for you. My other question was like, basically, like growing up, as far as with comedy, was there somebody you particularly looked up to that made you want to do this, or is it somebody that you would like say you're similar to, or is your thing is just, you know, your own thing, your own lane?
He ain't similar to nobody.
So yeah, I actually to be honest with you, so this is what happened. The first person I ever seen do comedy was Richard Pryor. I was a kid. I seen it. I mean, I peeked it. Didn't know what it was, but I kind of liked it because it was something to it. I didn't know to go on in my lifestyle that me and him had a very similar lifestyle in terms of being raised in like whole houses and all that. I understood that exact element. You know what I mean? You know, being raised in dope houses. So I felt like from a correlation standpoint, I related to Richard Pryor. And even when he did his characters, you know what I mean? I know the old Richard Pryor when he was telling like Bill Cosby style jokes. And I remember him saying, you know, even though he was gold and he made money doing it and all that, he got tired of that. That wasn't him. So one night he went on stage and, you know, he cursed
Right.
And he got locked out. It became a sellout crowd, and I guess right now you would say the rest is history. So Richard Pryor, and then Eddie Murphy came along, and what Eddie Murphy gave me was I didn't understand. It kind of like, damn, how he doing these voices? You know what I'm saying? And with
Right.
those voices, you either got it. It's like you're born with like a singing gift. That's really what you equate it to when it comes to actual voices. And the voices really came from me being locked in the house as a kid while my mom run the streets. And then the only thing you look on TV, you will mimic it. Like, and there was wrestlers and one comedian in particular where I get my physical comedy. My physical comedy, I mean, that's without words. It really come from Jerry Lewis,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, that's where my physical comedy came from. I learned physical comedy watching Jerry Lewis a lot as a kid in the Three Stooges. So certain stuff that I do in the skit is kind of is an infusion of a lot of those elements. So with the stand up is just me looking at it a little bit what everybody else did and just putting my twist on it and just kind of like, you know, some people make a hot hook, I'm gonna make it a hot song. At least that's in my mind. That's how I do it. I don't want to be like nobody else. I don't even want to take from them because, you know what I mean, take a little piece here, see what made him do that. Like even like I study a lot of comedians even to this day, man. Like Lenny Bruce, Moms Mabley, Paul Mooney. You know what I mean? So you know I mean my approach is far more different than what a person would think because they looking at my background. Oh, he's from the hood. He's from this and that. What is this? What do we know? You know what I mean? And I'm very in depth with the game. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of Paul Mooney, God rest his soul, I remember Paul Mooney telling me to explain it best. Paul Mooney told me on a picture I posted on my page that it was from 2007. I met Paul Mooney with his mom, and Paul Mooney, I remember him leaving after we did like some sketches and stuff like that. With a DVD with him, with Master P and them. And I remember when he was leaving, everybody was like, you know, trying to get his attention. But I was like, cool. I had little interviews with him on the thing. I was cool. Paul Mooney, he wrote for Richard Pryor and so many others. I was cool with I shared with him that moment. But for him to call me back and personally tell me, man, where's the young kid? You know what I mean? He was talking about me, and they came and found me. And for Paul Mooney to tell me, you know, in comedy, there's funny and there's funny. You what you call funny. You know what I mean? And he, you know, so I mean, I didn't feel like after that, I didn't need to take it from nobody else. Like far as advice, I mean, Kat gave me some good advice too that I always cherish. So,
right.
You know,
that's what's up, man.
That's special.
Yeah, you've been around a lot of the big dogs in this game, man, which is crazy though. You've definitely been around a lot of the heavy players in this situation. You know what I mean? Which is a good thing. And
from a humble standpoint.
Right. And you know, when you went out to LA and all that, but you know, what comedians do you like right now? What comedians you like right now?
Teddy Ray. My boy Teddy Ray. Kevin Tate.
Where's Teddy out?
Teddy Ray is from Los Angeles. He's been on the last season of Def Jam. He's been on Comedy Central. His Comedy Central stand-up is 2.9 million views alone, just off his Comedy Central stand-up. And I feel like I'm one of the ones that can usher in. I love DC. Yeah. I love DC. Of course, I'm always love Michael Blackson.
Right.
I mean, creatively, personally, but more personally is always gonna be there. But creatively, I'm always gonna love Michael Blackson, D-Ray.
D-Ray, nice. Yeah.
I'll be honest with y'all, man. I don't really watch a lot of comedians.
I know.
I can enjoy myself watching them.
Right.
But I don't want to be influenced by a thought that I'm thinking about later down the line. And
yep. I say the same thing.
That thought crossed my mind. Yep. And in that way, even if you do the same shit or come in the same context, because let me tell you, when I first started comedy, I didn't know we can use the same jokes. I always challenged myself to kept on add more shit. I had books and books of material, man, and I got to the point where I say, you know,
that's when we first started. When we first started, people was doing their own jokes, trying to get put their own life onto the stage. And as time started going along, it's not about, not for this newer generation, it's not about coming up with jokes. It's about making money and becoming famous. When I first started, and you was there, it was about everybody had their individual personality, and everybody was trying to show who I am. I'm Malcolm Hill. I'm Chris Kennedy. I'm Buck Wild. Now this era is more so I gotta get rich and famous, and it don't matter who I am. I could be 5 different niggas all at the same time. It don't even matter. And that's the world we in. I was looking at Eve. They had Eve rapper on the thing on special, and she was talking about how when she was rapping, when she first started, she was writing her raps and doing her raps, and then she said, and then she watching how this new era, they don't mind saying these people wrote my songs, and I'm going to get rich and I'm going to get famous, and she's like, that's the era that we in. It's not about how when we started to show that I'm Chris Kennedy or I'm Malcolm Hill or I'm Buck Wild or I'm Michael Black. You know what I mean? Now it's about how am I going to get paid, and that's it. And I see the difference in it. So you just like me. I don't watch comedians because, like you're saying, if you watch something over and over again, it's going to be in your head, and you're going to say it on stage. Not that you mean to say it, but if you keep seeing it and you're in that same situation on stage, it's going to come out. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? But it ain't even like that with these kids. These kids is straight like watching what you're doing, taking your ideas and saying, "Oh, okay, that's a good idea right there." And bam, that thing is a done deal. And they don't have no pride. It's about.
What I like about it, to interject, what I like about it, actually, what I love about it, I love that I'm tapped in and I'm in tuned in. Right. You got a lot of people from our space. They didn't really grow to understand the space that we're in. I'm glad that I understand the dynamics of the social media as well as the stand-up.
Oh yeah, you definitely,
because those worlds marry each other. Because in the day, as a comedian, you do a film for what? Why you want to be in a film so bad? I mean, we all want to be in a film for one reason as comedians, because we know it is going to increase our marketability, and it's going to mean more money to us.
Right.
So the whole thing is the same thing right now. These platforms become our own social medias. They become our own TV shows. So it depends on what you put out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then listen, it's my reason why I understand it, because I could do something with you today, and that could be 1 million views tomorrow, and your life could change from there just by one person out of that million.
Yeah.
So it's no clear blueprint on how to get there. I mean, creatively, it is what it is at this point. But here's the thing: if you out to be legendary, creativity always gonna make you be the one. You always gonna stand out. When they study the greats, when kids sit back and study the greats, they're gonna study the guy that went left. You're not gonna go for the person that went right with everybody else. So that's the where you wanna I'm cool with it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Definitely,
because I feel like the more you get energy to it, if people get energy to it and complain about how much what it is, they're gonna lose.
Yeah.
Because they're not figuring out how do you adapt to it.
Oh yeah, you definitely got to now merge your talent with the social media, because the people want to see more than just are you good on the mic. They want to see, are you really a funny person. So definitely, in this outlet of social media now can show people, like you're saying, basically we can do a TV show without having it on TV and still be seen by the same amount of people. We don't have to wait for Channel 6 to call us to say, hey, we're going to give you a sitcom. You can run a sitcom on your own.
Of course. And even more so, like, I did a show in Cleveland with Joe Torre, 2 sold-out shows. And there was some guys there. I didn't know who they was. They was trying to get my attention, but I knew they was there for Joe. Make a long story short, I came out of that because of what if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. I came out of that and walked into a meeting in Cleveland and got myself a contract with Live Ways as an ambassador. So essentially what that does is now, no matter where I'm at, for the fans that's around the world that kick it with me or deal with me, I'm able to stream my shows to them royalty free All royalties go back to me because it's my stream that I'm presenting. And if I wanted to charge, if I say Fat Boy, we gonna throw this stream, and essentially we get 10,000 people to tune in for $1. That's
Right.
10,000 you made. That has
Right.
never been a situation like that in our lifetime
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we know of. Now,
Absolutely.
so that's
Absolutely.
that's the beauty of being in that space. You can actually sell a skit, exclusive skits, which is why I'm kind of glad that, to each his own how I ever go about comedy. But with me, when you know you got something, shit like wine, you know what I mean? It's a fine wine. You want to preserve, it's going to get better. You don't want to go ahead and oversaturate yourself by being on everything and
Yep.
in the same place. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
consumers look at there's no growth. Well, that's just such and such. So I always made a conscious decision to strategically pop up when I pop up. I'm not the guy you could say you seen down X, Y, or Z. And that keeps the intrigue going. So you can always feel like you knew money when you do
Right.
got to go on to the bigger stages.
Definitely. You just talked about the Fat Boy. Name some of the internet boys that you like, that you think is really doing their thing on the internet. You know, damn near every last one of them. You done did shit.
Well, I'm gonna talk for the ones that's family, ones who I
Right.
eat with, get money with. Fat Boy is number one. Fat Boy is my nephew. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like Fat Boy, whatever goes on with Fat Boy is I'm in that situation if a situation occurred, because what people don't know is if it wasn't for Fat Boy, I wouldn't have been effective to where I'm at now. And when that could trickle all the way down, and I could say we can add Michael Blackson to that, we can add Master P to that. Even though me and P did a movie in a preview, like before I got the Hook Up 2 drop, me and P had another movie that had nothing to do with P. They hired me and P to do this movie. And this is like the first time me and P seen each other in years since I've been back over there. So that's how me and Fat Boy came along. But Fat Boy family. Fat Boy is a person I could say that I made great money. Great money. I won't put the figures out there, but that man has never asked me for $1. He had every right to say, yo, give me 20, I need 20%. Oh.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that don't, through him, so with Fat Boy, DC Young Fly, that's family. Right. Little P.O. Well, I'm gonna take DC. Well, I'm gonna do DC and Fats I'm gonna take DC out of there because he's still family. But social media wise, DK, that's my young boy from Jersey, like 1 million followers.
Right.
Long Neck is my little white homie. He got like 2 million followers. These guys are family dudes. I could say, I'm in LA. They pulling up houses and all that. Like, this is family. Like, people highly respect me. Southside Juju, Drewski that just blew up. Well, or Drewski, Drewski got a skit. Me and man Fats in Atlanta like 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And then Drewski blew up, and it was like with Fats doing that skit with him was like a passing to say, "Huh, you coming, Drewski." Even I got a little brother to me named Dooley Funny out Baltimore. He from Saudi, from Sudan, and he got like 700 some thousand followers. So I know them all, bro. I know them all, and I got real relationship with them.
I know you do.
And my boy Prince T Dub, he like 700 some thousand. We just did 2 shows, but we did a show together in Erie, and so yeah, the world it's a beautiful world to combine the two, and you be respected in both lanes, man.
Right. You definitely, the internet dudes definitely fuck with you. The comedy world definitely fucks with you. So you definitely, is a star in this game. You know what I mean? Respected. You know what I mean? Because, out of everybody, I'm going to be real. Out of all us that started out together, you jumped on and did the internet shit to a high level. And that's why you're doing what you're doing. So, I applaud that. But real quick, first of all, before you hang up, what's up with that show we doing that you put me on? What's up with that, nigga? I ain't see the flyer yet.
All right, so let me tell you what's taking place. So what I'm doing right now is I'm doing what I know I ain't never seen too many people do that start elevating in this game. And I don't want to be one of the dudes, because I'm saying, like I said, if you want to be legendary, you want to be great, you have to do shit that other people just ain't done. You know what I mean? So my brand is called the Universal Comedy League. And what I'm doing is I'm just taking my power to go into the smaller markets. And basically, I know what it is when you bring somebody to a market and people in your town don't believe you got the motherfucker there. I know, I've seen the power, I felt the love, in so many cities, bro. So many cities, and I ain't even getting my feet wet. I ain't even scratching the surface. So, with that being said, the whole right now it's all about the comedy invasion. So we got Chester coming up. I came to Chester with a young kid who reached out to me. He was a fan of mine. He came from Chester to come see one of my shows back in Philly last year. It was real huge. We became friends. I didn't even know he passed away until his boy hit me up and told me about it. You know what I'm saying? And now what I did is I sent my olive branch to his boy and told him, look, I'll put my company with yours. As you can see right there, you probably know that my boy right there.
Right.
You know what I mean? We just we breezing by Chester right now. So next the 19th for next week, we doing this. That's the Chester Comedy Invasion right there. Let y'all see that.
Right. Okay.
Chester.
You got pretty smiles.
You know
Okay.
Yeah, so Malcolm Hill ain't make that one. But we doing that one in Chester the 19th as a part of the whole invasion series. We got that one. We doing this. This gonna be the one. I heard you mention Lou and Choose. This is in Lou and just at the new Lou and Choose on the 26th right here.
Okay.
With Teddy Ray and Kevin Tate.
Okay.
And as you can see, I ain't want to forget about a lot of people was doing anything over there. A few names.
Okay.
So we got you coming up, Malcolm. And the 27th, we got this for Wilmington. I'm sorry. I know we got a lot. We got a lot going on. That's for Wilmington, man.
Okay.
So this ain't just about it being online. I'm taking that same grit and grind promo team together and just hitting the towns. You know what I mean? But I think we got you on Jersey for the 17th of July. Me and Malcolm Hill will be in Newark, New Jersey together.
Yes,
So
definitely,
he in the
definitely,
background like
definitely. Yeah, that's the show.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I'm not gonna hold you up.
So
I'm not gonna hold you up, man. Listen, man, it's definitely first it was hard to get you because you're busy as all hell. And I'm glad you don't do no interview, hardly damn near no interview, which is strange for a brother that does the craziest skits on planet Earth. You don't like to do interviews, man, and you my man.
It helps intrigue. My mentors did the same thing. It's Smokey Robinson, man, said, man, you remind me you got this the old artist mystique. Because I found Smokey, bro. Do you understand? I found Smokey Robinson in a restaurant. It was just me and two waiters in there. Smokey came in there with a pair of jeans on and a fucking shirt like he from Former Mills. And I was like, that's the only person that had me. Bro, I done had a 10-minute conversation with Jack Nicholson. Smokey, the only nigga that had me starstruck, that had me like, yo, hey, Smoke, my mom, you know what I mean? My mommy told me, you know what I mean? Shop around, you know what I mean? Fuck me up. It was Smoke. You know what I mean? And I never forget, it was in North Hollywood, man. It was North Hollywood. And the week after that, Smokey was on TV with a full-scale tuxedo getting an honorary award. So it's that artistry, that mystique and the humbleness, man. It ain't never been about the fame with me. I only wanted to spread my talent because with comedians, we go through a lot of shit. So it's a bigger story behind the actual talent. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we just got to get there and crawl there. A lot of people want to throw their story on you, and it's still the story's still cooking. You know what I mean? My story's still cooking. That's why I ain't running. A motherfucker tell me he want me to be on this documentary. I'm like, what are you making a documentary? I don't believe you have documentary time yet. You know what I mean? So it's the truth. It's just the truth. Because you know what I think? I put things in perspective, man. I sit back and say, like, damn, I grind so hard. But I had to realize this. John Witherspoon and Tiny Lester, which is Debo. The last film that they done in their life is with me, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's heavy.
And
that's heavy.
I probably was in the film longer than them. So when I look at things in perspective, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it as, you know, I like the underdog role, Malcolm.
Okay. That's heavy, man. That's heavy. Listen, man.
Where can they find you at, man? Where are the platforms that they can find you?
Well, they know they can find me at Chris Kennedy 1001 and at Moves and Money 1001, man. You can find me any platform, man. If you want to, or any show that I talked about, you can go to the Eventbrite to get tickets, man. And keep comedy alive, keep supporting comedy, keep supporting Malcolm. Malcolm has always been a pretty solid dude, pretty cool dude, man. He ain't get his shake yet, and you know, in this game here, you never know, man. When you get your shake. I remember George Wilburn had to get his late, so. You know, when you talking to me, so as a start, that's a start there. I wrote you in the movie.
I know, that's another thing. Yeah, I got my spot in your movie. Tell them real quick before you go. Tell them the name of your movie that you got coming up. That your movie.
My main character is called Train.
Train.
So basically, I'm actually presenting y'all the movie about Train, which is called The Life of Larry Train, and it basically just takes a look into mental illness. It's a dark comedy. It's something so different than others, and I believe that this movie right here will set us in a different space in terms of Philadelphia. You know what I mean? As far as in terms of output, I don't believe. I mean, as a writer, I don't believe I've seen a person ever could write like me that came out this city and writing and put something in the movie. I haven't seen it. If you want to take a dude from Fifth Element, yeah. You want to take Cosby, yeah. But I'm talking about far as storyline, hooker storyline. What happened to that person? Let me leave you with this. Everybody had that one friend, right?
Right.
Everybody had that one friend that one day you ain't seen him in years, but when you seen him, you know that one night changed their life. Yeah. Somebody slipped some shit in their drink and they ain't never been the same again. And never often as times do we question ourselves as people and say, damn, man, or you say, dude, crazy as shit because he out there doing that type of shit, man. What's up with dude? But in his world, he could be completely fine and completely sane. So I just wanted to tell those people's story. You know what I mean? So this gonna be the one when they think it's some crackhead shit, it's gonna be totally different. And I think you knew the impact of it. I don't think you ever got a chance to make the actual meet and greet Malcolm, but almost 400 people came out to that casting call, man. So I gotta make it happen. So appreciate you guys. Keep doing your thing, man.
Chris Kennedy, thank you, man. I'll see you again. Call me up. I'm gonna call you up. All right, homie.
Appreciate you, homie.
All right, man.
Peace, King.
All right,
all day.
Great interview, man. Listen, for those who know, follow my man Chris Kennedy, man. Definitely a star, definitely doing his thing, man. And I'm proud of him, man. And he's, you know, like I said, he helps a lot of people, a lot of newer comedians, a lot of internet people. He helps a lot of people put them on. You see, like the tour that he's doing. He do like a lot of tours, and he puts a lot of different people on. So definitely, you know what I mean, big ups to him. So this has been a great.
And he's very humble, very humble. You know,
but what's so crazy? It's so crazy is the dude is very crazy. So to watch him sitting here just chilling is funny to me. That's why I'm sitting there like,
that's that business. That's that business side.
Yeah.
The total thing.
Then anybody take his pants off, his clothes off, and walk through the supermarket 5 minutes later. You know what I'm saying? So watching him sitting here talking is like, yo, that's crazy. Listen, man, it's been a great show, man. We bringing some of the funniest people, man, people that don't know. If you know them, you don't know them, you're gonna know some people. This has been the Hill-arious Show. Make sure you tune in next week, man. We definitely gonna bring the power, man. We out of here, all right? Ron G, take us out of here.